Adventure and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm very excited because I'm home from festivals, and I'm leaving for another festival, and so's this guest I have, and we talked last year, and we hung out at festivals, so I'm glad she's going to be at Ink. I'm not glad I won't be at Upheaval, but let's welcome to the show, Alyxx. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So what a weekend you're going to have, Upheaval and Inkcarceration.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot, but I'm really excited. And at least they're kind of close to each other, too, so it's only a 4-hour difference, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. And so have you ever played Upheaval before?
No, so this is a brand new stage for me, and I'm very, very excited to go.
Nice. Yeah, if it wasn't the same weekend as Ink, I'd be at Upheaval too, because it looks like a really cool festival. I do Ink every year, and I hate when I have to make choices.
I wish they picked a different weekend. I don't know if there's a conversation prior to that, but it's okay.
Yeah, it is pretty funny that nowadays it seems there's a lot of conflicts with festivals, and I'm thinking, it might be smarter to separate them so everybody goes to both.
Yeah, and then I feel like it's like a low-key competition. It's like, which one are you going to go to? But I know a lot of the bands from Upheaval are going to Ink too, so it's kind of like, it makes sense for the bands, I guess, but also, I mean, there are a lot of people that now have to choose which one they want to go to.
Well, that is a good point, because that is normally what happens. It's better for the bands because they can do both in one weekend, and there's no waste of time, and they can appeal to two big crowds.
Yeah, and it saves time too, because Upheaval is about 11 and a half hours from me, so. And then just on the way home, I actually am passing Inkcarceration, so it works out very well.
See, there you go. Nice. So what are you most excited about for both of those festivals?
Upheaval, I've played in Grand Rapids, I think 2 years ago now, so I haven't been there in a long time. So being back there is going to be really cool. Also, seeing Gojira and Jinger live is going to be insane. So really excited for that. And the campground is just a cool vibe. I played it a couple years ago, and it's everyone's coming back from the main festival, so everyone's so hyped up, and they don't want the party to stop, so everyone's just super energized and just wants to keep going. So that energy is really cool too.
That's what I like about it too, especially since I don't have to work usually at that point in time, so I can just enjoy it. So, and then you had this new single, The New Unknown, which is pretty cool. And I love, speaking of Jinger, I put you there in a realm with Jinger and Courtney, with that going from the very great melodic voice to the insane badass growl scream voice.
Thank you. That is a huge compliment. Okay.
Well, it does take a lot, right? I think people don't realize, how much technique you have to do the growls and screams. I realize because I sang thrash metal before anybody knew there was a technique for doing that crap. And I blew out my voice because I didn't know what I was doing. And then that ability to just switch gears from amazing melodic voice to insane badass voice. To me, that's impressive that somebody can switch gears like that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely something I've had to work on because, when you're in the studio, it's okay, I'm screaming, I'm in this mode. But, when you're singing the whole song cohesively, it's okay, well, you have to be in this mindset to sing and then just switch it. And for me, I've been singing since I was 6 years old. So it is second nature. So I don't have to think about it. I have to think about turning it off. And I'm I'm in scream mode. So, it's just a learning curve and just practicing. But they're two completely different worlds. So.
Yeah, 100%.
Practicing.
So since you've been singing since such a young age and, obviously singing beautifully, playing piano, what do your parents think of the growl and the screaming?
My dad thinks it's awesome.
Nice.
My dad actually is the one who introduced me to Jinger, actually, years and years ago. He was like, yo, check this out. And I forgot what song it was, but it was some live version in the studio. And she was singing like beautifully. And all of a sudden she starts screaming. And I looked at him. He was like, yeah. And I was like, this is awesome. So, yeah, he thinks it's really cool. My mom, she loves me. Screaming is not her thing. But, I could do anything and she'll still love me and support me.
And see, that's what's important. I think that's what's good about today's world with music. Because, before, and especially this kind of music, like before it used to be, your parents would be like, get a real job. They'd be a total downer on you. I remember, when I was playing guitar, and I was like experimenting. My dad would yell from the other room, you should give that up. You suck. And I probably did suck, but still,
Yeah.
But I find so many parents nowadays are so supportive and even helpful with it. Like we even had here at the radio station, like these teen shows several years back, and they were all artists, but they were teen artists. And their parents were like so supportive. Now, of course, some of them were like momagers too, but
fun.
But that's still better than get a real job and stop dreaming. Because I don't think you should ever stop dreaming.
No, and I think social media has a lot to do with that. It's people like take off on social media and become so famous, and they get all this money and stuff. So it is a very, and it's not easy, obviously, but seems a lot more weirdly practical to do something like that. And I think, if a parent sees that their kid is talented, then they're like, oh, this is my ticket in. All we got to do is just post content, just keep going. So I feel like there's a lot more incentive for parents to be supportive of that, to be completely honest. But
right.
Yeah, I am forever grateful. I spent my whole life performing and I did theater first before I took on my own project. And I mean, my parents came to every show, drove me to every rehearsal, every show that I ever did. So they just knew that I physically cannot. I mean, I'm a makeup artist too, so I do that. But in terms of being on stage, it's just where I'm meant to be. As cheesy as that sounds, I can't go through my life not performing.
And I don't even think that's cheesy. What I do want to clarify with the audience is, even with that feeling too, people think, oh, you have to be this extreme extrovert to do that. And most of the artists I know are introverts. And when they get up on stage, they're just in a zone. It's not you're not even really present sometimes. It's like an out of body experience.
That is the best way to describe it, because it is. I mean, even when I was on stage for Ink, I got up on stage, this crazy crowd, and I was just having the time of my life. And I got off stage and I was like, wait, what happened? I just blinked.
Right.
It was over.
And then, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of artists do, and even myself as a radio person and as a professional speaker, that every time before I get out on stage, even after all these years, I'm super nervous until that mic goes on. And then, I'm in a different, there's a switch in my head that just changes.
I don't get nervous.
See, that's great.
It's funny. I was talking to someone about this, talking about being nervous. It's this is my own music. I wrote this. I'm very comfortable with it. I could understand people getting nervous, being in front of people, but I've done theater my whole life, and getting on stage in front of hundreds of people where they know the show, they have a preconceived notion of what this certain part is supposed to sound like, and there's just more eyes on you, and there's a lot more pressure in that sense. And I learned from a very young age how to get rid of that. But when I hear my intro before I go on stage, I get so excited, and I just jump up and down, this is so cool. This is seeing something that I didn't think was even possible to do, and
I love it,
that I've somehow managed to get here. I get amped up right before I go on.
Well, I'm going to fill in the blanket of somehow. It's your attitude and your love for it and being a true artist. I think that's how you got here. Because I think the people that set out to be rich and famous rock stars, they're the ones that fizzle out and don't really make it there. Because they don't have a dedication to the music. They have a dedication to where they want to be in the music. And I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree on that. I mean, there's people that just want to be famous, and there's people that want to be artists and, be, I guess, inspiring and, have a little bit more depth than just, I look cool, I'm a rock star,
Right.
And that attitude does not fly. I'm just like, okay.
No, it sure doesn't. And I want to also point out that you brought up about the theater, and I totally agree with that. That's why I wanted to focus on it, because, I went to New York Academy of Dramatic Arts, and, there is and I also lived in LA. There's a very different, I don't know, call it professionalism to doing live theater than even, acting in Hollywood, and, my hat's off to anybody that does theater, because I think of all the performing arts, I think that's the one where you're held up to the highest standard and you better be good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I started performing professionally in New York when I was 11. And I mean, it was, I was a child, but still, you have to come in with your lines memorized. You have to make sure everything is perfect every show. You get notes after the show. And if it's not right, they have a conversation with you. And I always used to get in trouble because I didn't project enough. I'm like,
right.
I was like, just make the mic louder. But, and even if you didn't have good energy on stage, they'd be like, how are you? Whatnot. But there were definitely kids that have gotten fired because they didn't have enough energy on stage, or they forgot a couple lines here and there. So it was a stressful but fun environment. I never realized, the professionalism at a young age, but now I'm I just felt like that was a normal thing. So when I would come into rehearsals later on in life, even when I did my community college shows, I came in, I was I have my lines memorized, everything is done and ready. And some people were just kind of more just chilling. They're and I'm what's going on? No one, you got to have everything perfect by the time you get there. So it was just a very different mindset I have.
Well, and see, that's why you're going places, because it's in you. It's not even something you try to do.
Yeah. Second nature at this point.
Exactly. And you're a fan too. That's another thing. I found out hanging out with you is you're a fan. And I think that's so important. The best artists out there are fan first, artist second.
No, I love it. Yeah, I remember we were just running around and we were seeing, I think it was Falling at a Verse was the headline for my day. And we were just vibing out, and that was so cool.
No doubt. So I really hope, because I have had the experience, I hope you get side stage for Jinger. Because
I'm going to hopefully do that.
Oh my God. What was cool when I was side stage for Jinger is not only just seeing her in action up close, but seeing the crowd and the, just how it looked from that perspective for a Jinger show.
I'm definitely going to have to run because my set is from 4 to 4:30 and they go on at 4:45.
Oh my God.
It's fine. I have enough time, but I was thinking it now and I was I need to see a layout of the map to be okay, so I can get my shit back where it needs to go and then I can just run to where I need to be. So I will do them regardless.
You should have somebody that's with you, film that. That would be a great, Instagram or TikTok, you running from your set to Ginger's set.
Thank you so much. Bye. Run.
See, it would be so fun. So what else do you have going on after that?
So in the process of working on a couple shows for the fall, writing new music, and just keep going. It's kind of, music shows tour, kind of that whole cycle. But
and what would you say is your favorite part of doing the music?
I mean, being on stage, that is definitely my favorite part. Writing is fun, recording is fun, I like producing, so I do produce the music as well. So sitting there and like watching my vision kind of come to life, and I'm very fortunate that I have the most talented musicians that I work with, and they just really like bring everything to the next level. So it's a really fun process to see that. But of course it's tedious. Like I track my own vocals and I will edit and comp my own vocals, and hearing myself for like 6-7 hours, I want to, bash my head against the wall because I just get to the point where I'm like, I breathed weird in this section. I have to redo it. And it's like, oh my God, no one cares. Plus I'm going to cut that part out anyways, but
I know exactly what you're saying, because that's why I don't edit my own interviews. Okay. Because I have, and I'm very good at it, but being that same type of person, it'll take me like 3 days to edit a 15-minute interview, because I'll be like every little thing. And like you said, nobody really cares. So it's like, okay, I'll let somebody else do it because it'll drive me nuts. Like I'll pick out and we're our own worst critic anyway, So like you're picking out things that people would never even notice.
Oh yeah. No, I get to a point where after like, I don't know, hour 8, I just go, fuck it. I don't care anymore. Leave it. It's fine. Like I start to get to a point where I just like accept it and tap out. But
right.
Yeah, even like listening to like mixes and things like that, I definitely have to step away for like a week at least, just to like clear my head, come back in with fresh ears,
There you go. Yeah. And I do want to say too that because it's something I'm all about too, but I love how you're so consistent with the brand of your look, even your background for this interview. Like it just all goes together. And I had blue hair for years and everything had to match like that. See, there you go. I love it. I love it. Like, and I was the same way. I would have a blue one of these, and my sunglasses always had to be blue. When I changed my hair to red, I changed my sunglasses. Like I was always like that. It was like everything had to perfectly match, and I'm still like that, but my hair's not blue anymore or red yet.
I was like, you should do it again.
You know what I was thinking of doing though, actually? I've been thinking about it for a long time. Remember when Billie Eilish had the black with the green up here?
Yeah, it was like the green roots and then the black.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty badass. I think I've been saying it for years. I think I'm going to do that. And I haven't. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. You know what? I just might do that. Nice. I love it. Because that is sometimes how I get my ideas, because I used to have the mohawk, faux hawk with, blue on top. And then one day I was at one of the festivals, and then in watching Five Finger Death Punch, I'm like, maybe I should put the blue down below. Because he had the red down below and the dark. And I'm like, that looks pretty cool. And that ended up becoming my trademark, actually. It's on my logo and everything, the blue below and the dark up top.
That's so cool. Yeah,
right?
My hair was an accident. I was just bored one day, and then I kind of liked it, and then I stuck with it, and then everyone's like, that's really cool, like, for your brand. And I was like, what?
It is totally you. Like, I couldn't... it's funny because I couldn't imagine you not like that. And that's kind of what I've been experiencing lately. Like, I go to festivals and all the bands are like, what happened to your blue hair? And like people get used to it after a while. And I have to commend you. I don't think people know unless you live that life. That is a lot of freaking work. I mean, I know, and like you got to bring. I always brought a pillowcase with me and a towel with me, so I didn't screw anybody else's crap up. And then you have the half head. I'm always impressed with that. I don't know if you do it yourself, because if you do that, and see, that's even more badass. Because so my daughters used to have me do their hair because I was very good at it, because I am that perfectionist. So my daughter was a half head. And she used to have me do it because I could do it well. I wouldn't be able to do it on myself, But and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I mean, because I am like very symmetrical. So the fact that your half head is like perfect blows my mind. Because I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do that.
So I have my friend, she bleaches my roots for me. And then she'll part my hair. Every now and then I have to part it myself. And I dread that with like a burning passion because it's really, obviously I can't see the back of my head. But
Exactly.
she'll part it. And she always tells me this is the worst part of her week. Because she'll be like, it's moving. And then, I mean, I mix a bunch of colors to get the right shades that I want. Like this, I use a yellow, an orangey yellow, and blue. And that's the trick, by the way, if you want green, to never fade to yellow. I haven't dyed this in like 5 weeks. So this is just...
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just accepted. This is its color now.
That's wild, because it does matter which color you use. I found that out like early on, because I used like pretty much every brand out there, and like I used to use the Pravano, and it was really, really good till it wasn't. They changed the formula.
Is that what happened? Because that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, they changed the formula, and so it started fading out really quick. That's why I stopped using it, because like it really sucks when it only lasts like a couple weeks. So the fact that yours lasts and still looks that bright at 5 weeks, that's incredible, because most of them are not like that, you know? And I know that, and you know that, but I don't think the rest of the world knows that. You know, it's
definitely trial and error trying to find the right combination and the right dye. So I use Arctic Fox. I've been using that for 5 years.
That's what I switched to.
Yeah.
When after Pravana changed their thing, I used Arctic Fox, and that did last me. And it used to fade great. Like the blue, after like a month, people were like, did you get your hair done again? And so then I knew it was great, because it's like, it didn't look like faded crap. Like some of them would fade to green, but it wasn't a nice green at all.
I had blue. I think it was Pravana actually, and it faded to like a weird ass greenish blue, like a sea moss color.
Yeah.
Is a vibe, but that's not what I wanted.
I had one, I forget what it was, that it was blue, and literally, and I don't even touch water to it for like 4 or 5 days. Literally in 2 days, it was lavender.
What?
From blue. Like,
how'd they fuck that up?
I don't know, man. It was wild. But, you know, it's also funny talking about the matching thing. So when I first got my hair blue, I also had to get a new car. So 2 days later, I was shopping for a new car, and I went to the Lexus dealer, and I saw this car that was the same color blue as my hair, and I bought it just because of that.
You're like, it's a sign.
Yeah, I got to get that. So now I have a lime green Jeep. And so that's why what I'm talking about would match the Jeep. I haven't matched my vehicle in a while.
That'd be cool if I had, because I have a Bronco. That'd be cool if I had like the green with like maybe like the stripes on it. You know, they have like the vintage ones for the new Broncos. There's different like limited series where they have like a racing stripe around the side. That would be cool.
Well, you should do like
tan, which I like.
Yeah, so I was going to say you really should get it painted and make it half and half like your hair.
I should do that. Actually, wait, I totally lied. It's not tan. It's like a sand gray. If that makes any sense. So it like looks like very militaristic vehicle, which I love.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. Well, that's cool. Is there anything we want to talk about that we haven't touched on yet that the listeners need to know, besides tell them how to reach out to you, get your merch, get your songs, find out all your tour dates and all that?
Yeah, so everything is going to be at official Alyxx, ALYXX.com. I do have a Patreon where I've been just posting a lot of like cool, fun behind the scenes stuff from my tour. I have like little teasers for new music, and you guys will find out everything first for shows and that kind of stuff. I just started a subscription on Instagram, actually, where it's like a less professional version of like the Patreon, because that like I'll put together like, you know, videos and funny like compilations and things. That's going to be more so like just like some fun everyday things, like me dyeing my hair, things that don't really have to do with music, so to speak. So me more personally. So that's a new thing that I just did. So
nice. And do you have a TikTok that is your most embarrassing TikTok?
anything from like 2020 to 2023.
And what made it embarrassing during that period?
I was like trying to be a TikToker, and I get notified on TikTok that it's like on this day, like 2 years ago. And I was just like trying to like keep up with the trends and do this stuff. And it was just so cringy. And I don't have the heart to go through and delete all of them, just because if you delete something on TikTok, you'd have to scroll all the way back down again. And that is so time consuming.
Oh my God. You're speaking my language, because I'm dealing with that with Instagram now.
Yeah, Instagram got weird. For some reason, if I like try to scroll on my page, it's like it scrolls for a second and then goes back to the top. So
that's what happens to me. Like, I'm going through my whole thing, deleting old posts that I really don't want on there representing me anymore, and is so frustrating because, like, I've had Instagram since it first came out, so it's like I'm scrolling, and I do one, and then it's back to the top again. It's like it takes 10-15 minutes just to get back to where I was.
What I've been doing, which is weird, I have an artist page for my makeup because I'm a makeup artist and I like freelance and whatnot. So I will go on that account, go to my band page, like the photos or videos I want to delete. So when I go on the other one, I just click it and it's right there, delete it, and then go back to notifications, because I was doing it that way you were doing it and I was losing my mind.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Or even have somebody else's phone just to like all of the ones that you want to get rid of. So there's no scrolling, because
I'm telling you, like I was doing it for like hours, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, it took me about like a half hour to be like, fuck this. I was like, yeah.
Exactly. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you again, and I'm so pumped you'll be at Incarceration. I'm totally bummed that I won't be at Upheaval for you there, but it is going to be a blast. And I do want, last thing I want to say too, the fact that you're a makeup artist, I can tell you, like, you're badass at that too. Now, my mother was one of those people that was very, very into glamour and makeup and stuff. And she put that as more important than anything. And she was also the most critical. If she looked at another woman and she was like, oh, what are they doing? She would look at you and she'd be like, she wouldn't even say anything. You'd have to change anything. She'd be like, you should be my daughter.
Oh, thank you.
So you keep rocking your badass artist self, because you are an artist in every sense of the word. And hopefully we'll get to hang out at Ink.
No, definitely. Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.